that we are electronic recyclers. Like I said, we're in Fresno and in Gardner. Some of our clients are Fortune 100, 200, and 300 clients, such as Pepsi, Best Buy, Sun-Made Raisins, Fox Studios. The media loves this story. Electronic waste is the fastest growing solid waste stream in the world. And that's something that everyone is starting to take notice of, in that we're headed towards February 17th, 2009, where the world is going to be going analog to digital. The low estimates are 80 million televisions are going to be thrown out in the United States in the next 15 months or so. Where are they going to go, and how are they going to be handled in a legally and environmentally responsible way is why we're here today, to talk a little bit about that. This is my cell phone here. 130 million cell phones were thrown out last year in North America. A very small percentage of them were recycled appropriately. The bad news is that we're still throwing these things out. The good news is that everything in this cell phone, the glass, the metals, and the plastic, and everything in electronic waste, the glass, the metals, and the plastic, is reusable. And reuse is the essence of recycling. So this is a great story from a reuse point of view. Electronic waste recycling, when done appropriately, fosters the reuse of all the components, the glass, the metals, and the plastics. A little bit about what's going on here in the United States of America right now. As I said, we're going analog to digital on February 17th, 2009, and there's some research that shows about 70 million HDTV sets are going to be purchased between now and then. Many, many states are beginning to follow the California model. In California, we have here SB 20/50, which Jeff Huntz, one of my panelists, is going to talk about in a little bit. In 2005, we recycled 65 million pounds of electronic waste approximately. 2006, 120 million pounds. And this year, the estimates are somewhere about 200 million pounds. That's a great part of the story. Unfortunately, many, many states, other states, are slow in adopting and following this great program that has been created out here. Corporate America is starting to catch on, though, and want to be more and more involved. We're going to talk about that a little later, but just to point out, Sony and Waste Management have recently announced their partnership in dropping off Sony products at waste management facilities and that such, and other partnerships are coming up all over the place, and e-waste is the fastest growing solid waste stream in the world, and there are good solutions. California leading the way. But as I talk about California leading the way on recycling electronic waste, and most other states not having any viable solutions yet to date, or having passed laws but not having implemented them yet, we can't leave out the issue of China. So much of our electronic waste is being dumped now into China illegally. And what that creates is two things over in China. First of all, we're bad neighbors and bad trading partners for dumping our electronic waste over there. But you have environmental harms, which I've seen with my own eyes. You have carcasses strewn all over the rural parts of China. You have plastics being burned. But you also have children co-opted into the process of harvesting the precious metals from electronic waste. And that creates then human rights violations. And that only doesn't happen in China, but that happens in other third world nations where we unnecessarily dump our electronic waste from this country.